All right, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. This is the state expedited accusations calendar in the state court of Fulton County, Georgia. I'm Judge Melanie Williams, and today we will address misdemeanor bonds for those individuals who have been recently arrested, but the cases have already been formally accused and bound over to state court. All defendants, you have an absolute right to remain silent. Anything you say regarding the facts of your case can and will be used against you. You also have a right to counsel. This proceeding is being broadcast over the internet as a live stream. It's also being recorded. That means any member of the public can log on and watch. When I ask if you understand your rights, that is what I am referring to. All right. Have all defense attorneys had the opportunity to interview their clients? I'm going to assume that's a yes. Those who receive a surety or a cash bond will be reset to state all-purpose calendar on the 30th. Those who receive a signature bond, whether through pretrial or the jail, will be reset for the notice. All right. Who do we have first?
Hey, did you see the ad on calendar?
Did not.
It's
Okay.
it's two people.
Oh, joy.
Yeah, that's really going to help us on Monday, isn't it?
I doubt it. Monday's still gonna be what Monday is. All right. Well, you have me Monday, so I guess I should.
Okay.
All right. Who do we have first?
Yo, this is going to be position number 2, Mr. Askew.
All right, Mr. Askew, your case is 24 CR 003081Y. You're charged with battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Howard.
You got 21 total. 2015 probation, 2012 battery DV. 2 counts cruelty to children conviction. Another 2012 battery DV conviction. 07 battery conviction.
Good afternoon, Judge. This incident occurred July 2nd, 2023. Officers responded to 2938 Baker Ridge Drive in reference to a domestic dispute. Upon arrival, the officers made contact with the victim, the defendant's wife, Rochelle Askew. Mrs. Askew advised that she was sleeping when she was awoken by her husband using his phone. The parties began arguing. The victim picked up her phone and the defendant jumped on top of her to grab the phone out of her hand, and she fell on the floor. The officer observed a bruise and scratches to the victim's arm and leg. And notably, the victim did not call the police. I believe it was one of the party's adult children that called the police. There is another incident involving these individuals, Judge, that occurred on April 10th, 2024. However, the DA's office has accepted that case and it will be upgraded to a felony. Our office has been, and just to give you a brief factual basis of that case, Judge, the defendant punched the same victim in the face because she muted the TV, and that happened in April of this year. Our office has been in touch with the victim. She said she and the defendant are married. They live together at the incident location. They have 5 children. She confirmed the events in the warrant. She stated that the first incident she didn't feel was a big deal. It was actually her daughter who called the police. She said that there has not been any violence since the incident that happened in April. The parties do live together. She would like no violent contact and would like for him to return to the residence. The state, he does have a prior battery DV from 2012 that I believe is the same victim. And given that there's 2 open incidents, the state's going to recommend a $2,500 surety bond, a no further contact with the victim, a stay away from the incident location, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond, FVIP, and if we could sound for Miss Rochelle Askew.
All right. You said that there was he went to felony already?
And he did on the second case, yes.
And the felonies, I'm assuming there was no contact as part of that order.
That case was just accepted by the DA's office.
Oh, just accepted.
So okay. I don't think he's had a first appearance.
Okay, that was my question. All right, is Miss, I'm sorry, and the name of the victim again?
Rochelle Askew.
All right, is Miss Askew on this line and wishes to make a statement? Okay, hearing none, Mr. Cook?
Yes, given the alleged victim's comments to the prosecutor, we would be asking for a signature bond and no further violent contact.
All right, understood. In line of the information before me, defendant is gonna receive a $2,500 surety bond. It'll be 1,500 on count one and 1,000 on count two. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from that location. He can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items. Additionally, he's to have no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons as a condition. Is there anything additional?
I believe, Judge, it's just one charge. It's just the battery TV. Let me
I
see.
have two. Was the second one?
Yeah, I'm looking. I see that too.
I see two
I
charges
will
on the
look into it.
calendar.
I just have two.
I may have done a duplicate accusation on accident.
Okay, so you're gonna NOD the second one?
Excuse me, Judge, if I may interrupt. This is Ms. Norton from the Fulton County Solicitor General Office. State court made a mistake and pulled down an extra charge. And they
So it's
supposed to
just the
be,
one?
yes, ma'am, they supposed to be taking it off.
Okay, so we'll let it stand at 25 surety, but all of that will be on the initial charge. All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Askew. That concludes your case. Who do we have next?
Next, we're gonna go to Mr. Reginald Lemon.
All right. Mr. Lemon, your case is 24 CR 0030778G. In this case, you're charged with battery, family violence, and cruelty to children. You understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Howard.
6 total. Last arrest was in Kentucky, 2022. Reckless driving, driving too fast, speeding, failure to notify change of address. Before that was 2017. He was cited for some stuff in the Army. I'll put it in check.
Okay. Understood. Ms. Desiano, please proceed.
Your Honor, this incident occurred May 16th, 2024. Officers were dispatched to 932 Brookmere Court in Atlanta in reference to a domestic dispute. Upon arrival, the officers made contact with the victim, the defendant's wife, Angela Lemon, who advised that she was in the garage working out around 5 a.m. that morning when her husband walked in, irate and accusing her of cheating on him. There was a verbal altercation that escalated. The defendant slapped the victim with an open hand, leaving a red handprint and swelling on the right side of her face. The victim was knocked to the ground by the sheer force of the slap, and the party's 4-year-old child witnessed what happened. Our office has been in touch with the victim. She said they're married. They live together at the incident location. They do have a 4-year-old child together. She confirmed the offense in the warrant. She said that they have had verbal altercations before, but this is the first time that it's turned physical. She stated that the defendant acts this way when he drinks, and she believes he may have been drinking at the time of this incident. She's not in fear, and she is okay with no violent contact and with the defendant returning to the residence. The state is going to recommend a signature bond through pretrial and no further contact with the victim, stay away from the incident location, and no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Miss Angela Lemon.
All right, it's Ms. Lemon on the Zoom conference and wishes to make a statement. All right.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Cook?
Yes, in keeping with the alleged victims' wishes, we would be seeking a signature bond at whatever level the court deems appropriate. No further violent contact, and we would object to the stay away order. My client has lived in the Atlanta area about a year, but he is a 22-year veteran of the military and is currently a government contractor.
All right, and the state at this time was requesting no further contact.
Yes, Your Honor, because the incident happened in front of the child. That's the reason for the state's recommendation.
All right, defendant is going to receive a signature bond through pretrial at level 1. The breakdown is as follows: 1,500 on count 1 and 500 on count 2 for a total of a $2,000 SRB through pretrial. He's going to take the 1-day anger awareness course and have no contact with the alleged victim. He is to stay away from that incident location. He can return one time with law enforcement to get any items. And he's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. of that SOB through pretrial. Is there anything additional? All right,
Nothing from the state.
all right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case. Who do we have next?
Next, we're gonna go to position number 3, Ms. Genesis Close, no Clowes.
All right, Ms. Flowers, your case is 24 CR 003076E. You're charged with theft by taking. You understand your rights? You understand your rights?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's that. Mr. Howard?
This is the first arrest.
Okay. Ms.
Your Honor,
Desiano?
this incident took place May 8th, 2023. Officers responded to 6515 Ashdale Drive in South Fulton regarding a theft. Upon arrival, they met with the victim, Joshua Gore. Mr. Gore advised that he was arrested on May 3rd, and his girlfriend was asked to pick up his vehicle and drive it to his house after he was arrested, which she did. And then when Mr. Gore was released from jail the following day, his cell phone was not in his car. Mr. Gore made several attempts to get his phone back from the defendant. They would agree to meet up and then she wouldn't show up. Their officers saw several text messages between the victim and the defendant where she admitted that she had the phone and she wasn't giving it back and was demanding his password and things of that sort. There's also a voice recording saying, "You're not getting your phone back. You keep disrespecting me and my folks. You're going to have no phone." Our office has been in touch with the victim. He said they're in a relationship. They do not live together. They don't have children. He stated that she did give his phone back and he does not wish to press charges. The state is recommending a signature bond through pretrial and no weapons, drugs, or alcohol allowed on bond. And if we could sound for Mr. Joshua Gore.
All right, is Mr. Gore present and wishes to make a statement? All right, in line of information before me, Mr. Cook, I'm inclined to give your client a signature bond through the jail. Do you have any objection to that?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, defendant is gonna receive a $4,000 SOB through the jail. She's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Is there anything additional?
Nothing from the state.
All right, best of luck to Ms. Flowers. Who do we have next?
Thank you.
Next, we're gonna go to, come on. Position number 6, Ms. Lowe, Renita Lowe.
Okay, Ms. Lowe, good afternoon. Your case is 24 CR 003079D. You're charged with trespass with the offense date of the 16th of this month. You understand, right?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Howard.
59. She got an open trespass in state court. Well, 2 of them. On probation for shoplifting in Superior Court. Has a current FTA. Was arrested this year for trespass. Got a 2021 ag assault. 2021 FTA, and she got a lot of stuff.
Okay. Ms. Desiano.
This incident took place May 16th, 2024. Officers were dispatched to 365 Cleveland Avenue in reference to a criminal trespass. Upon arrival, they spoke with a security guard who asked the police to get the defendant off the property. The police approached the defendant. They told her that she's been officially criminal trespassed at this point and she needs to leave, and she refused. The state is recommending.
What is that location?
What's
that location?
It's 365 Cleveland Avenue. I Googled it. I think it's an office or a building that has several different businesses in it. From what I could see, it was like a food mart and a tax place, and I couldn't see what else it all encompassed.
Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead. What's your recommendation?
And Judge, I did look at the other trespasses. This is not the same location. So given that, the state's recommending a signature bond through pretrial, a stay away from the 387 Cleveland Avenue, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol allowed on bond.
All right, Mr. Ty, do you know what that location was?
I can find out.
Oh, if you don't know, I was wondering if your client, relayed to you why she was there, or.
Well, Your Honor, she's homeless, so.
I just want to make sure it wasn't like a doctor's office or something like that. Okay. Based on information before me, Mr. Ty, I'm inclined to give your client a signature bond through the jail, but just require that she not go back to that location. Do you have any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $4,000 SOB through the jail. Do not go back to that location, Ms. Lowe. Absolutely stay away from the address on Cleveland Avenue. Have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Anything additional?
Your Honor, just for the record, at the time of her arrest, I guess the person that owns this set of buildings also owns two other sets of buildings, and she was issued a criminal trespass warning for those buildings. I'm not asking that those be on the bond, but I'm not sure if the defendant's aware. There's also, she's to stay away from 365 Cleveland Avenue and then 2685 Beeler Drive.
All right. Stay away from those locations, Miss Lowe. Best of luck to you. All right, what do we have next?
Next, we're going to position number 10, Mr. Pless, Walter Pless.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Pless. Your case is 24 CR 003082Y. You're charged with simple battery. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Howard?
31 total. You got an open case in Clayton County for riot in a penal institution, afraid battery. Got open drug charges as well, distracted driving. Got an open case out of Coweta for possession of a controlled substance, possession of marijuana. Yeah, 2019 FTA. You got several FTAs and probation violations.
Okay. Mr. Brown?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Afternoon.
This incident took place on March 17, 2024. Law enforcement responded to a dispute call at 2450 Old National Parkway, College Park. That is a Red Roof Inn location. April Benton advised that a verbal altercation with Walter Pless became physical when he slapped her in the face with an open hand. There is video surveillance in the hotel that shows the two of them leaving a room and Mr. Pless slapping her with his right hand and with an open right hand to her face, and he did knock something out of her hand that was shown in the video. Our office has spoken with Ms. Benton. She says that she used to work for Mr. Pless several years, that she confirmed the events in the warrant. She currently lives at that hotel location. She's in fear for her safety because people have been telling her when Mr. Pless gets out that he's going to get her. She stated that she knows that he'll come straight to the hotel once he is released. She's in fear for her safety because of the type of person that she knows him to be. She wants no contact, wants him to stay away from the hotel, that she may be on Zoom this afternoon. Your Honor, based on the history and the facts of the case, the state is recommending a $1,500 surety bond, a one-day anger awareness. We're asking no further contact with April Benton. Stay away from the Red Roof Inn at 2450 Old National Parkway, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And if we may sound for April Benton at this time, Your Honor.
All right, is April Benton on the Zoom conference and wishes to make a statement? Okay, hearing none. Mr. Todd, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 40 years old. He has lived in Georgia all his life. He does deny the allegations as stated in the warrant. On the booking sheet, I see that his arrest date was April 11th, so more than 1 month ago, and that's the same date as the citation for College Park, and he was arrested by College Park. This is a Riverside issue. I would ask for a signature bond through the jail. Of course, he's fine with no further contact and stay away from that incident location, but I see a
Mr.
Riverside.
Graham, Mr. Graham, your response to the Riverside?
If you give me 1 second, Your Honor, I'll pull up the booking sheet. I didn't notice it earlier.
All right. Ms. Champion, is that what you see as well?
1 second, Your Honor, let me check.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I show the booking sheet shows he was booked into the Fulton County Jail on 5/16.
Okay,
Your Honor, I'm seeing the same thing, that he was booked into Fulton County on May 16th.
okay. So
But
Mrs.
arrested,
Tanya,
sorry, Your Honor, but arrested by College Park on April 11th. So waiting a month to get booked into Fulton County Jail?
Your Honor, I don't see that. I see that he was arrested in Clayton County on May 12th
on
for
what
a separate
charge?
incident. Where there's an arrest notice here, and also May 1st for a failure to appear.
So it doesn't
and-
look like he was booked in on this charge, Mr. Ty.
Well,
Right.
Your Honor, the date of the citation is April 11th, and when I'm looking at the booking sheet right now, it says arrest date by College Park Police Department, April 11th, 12:03 a.m. It's
Okay.
not like it's barely a Riverside issue. It's been more than a month.
But if he wasn't arrested and taken in on that charge, Mr. Ty, it would not be. So, Mr. Graham, I don't have the booking sheet before me to look at. Ms. Champion, do you see anything like that was booked in on that day? Because it's gonna count as the day he's actually booked in for the charge.
Let me check the
I would-
Jillen's documents up on the warrant and everything, Your Honor. 1 second.
Okay, well,
And then when I'm looking at the citation 73734, the date is April 11th. And that's the citation for the simple battery.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm not
hold
sure.
on, I'm trying to look it up myself. I'm trying to make sure we get this
Okay.
right. But do you see what Mr. Ty sees? I'm
I see an arrest, but
What's the question?
we need to know the day he was booked in on this charge to see if we have a Riverside
Is
issue.
this simple battery charge?
Yes.
The GCIC got 515 College Park PD. So he got to College Park, we know, on 515. But then he got a 512 out of Clayton County. But that's for stuff in Clayton, the battery, the Freddy.
Right, so that doesn't seem like this is a Riverside issue, and, all right, so would you like to make an additional argument, Mr. Ty?
Well, I mean, no, when I see the booking sheet, it shows the arrest date as April 11th. So, I mean,
But if, let me look at mine again, but that, I don't see. Mr. Graham, what are you seeing again? Please tell me. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to do this and look at this.
Your Honor, I'm seeing the same thing. Booked in to Fulton County on May 16th.
Hold on, let me see something real quick.
and it shows the arrest date and the arrest location 2450 Old National, which is the incident location. Sorry, Your Honor, I can't hear.
All right, I don't
Now,
believe this is a Riverside issue. What do you see, Mr. Howard?
there's nothing on the GCIC that shows April. I see April 1st, he went to the city jail for suspended license. Then the FTA from Clayton County, so I guess they sent him to Clayton County then, because he was booked in Clayton on May 12th. And now he's here.
Okay, I'm not hearing the Riverside, Mr. Ty. I understand what you're saying. But I'm gonna go ahead and give him a bond commensurate with the facts based not on Riverside. Would you like to tell me about your client?
Yes, Your Honor, he is the father to 4 minor children. He has lived in Georgia all his life. Up until a month ago, more than a month ago, when he was arrested, he was working in marketing and sales for a tax company. He has graduated from high school, South Atlanta High School, was working full-time to provide for the 4 minor children. I understand there's some history, but I would ask for at least a signature bond through pretrial services, even if it's level 3, which he is recommended for.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $1,500 surety bond. He's to have no contact with Ms. Benton stay away from that location, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. Is there anything additional?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case. Who do we have next?
What number was that?
10, position 10.
Judge, you muted.
That was 10. I gotta go print the
Okay.
add-on. Give me 1 second. We're gonna take a 2-second break to go grab that off the printer.
Yeah, I gotta go get mine too.
All right, we're ready to continue. Who's in the chair?
Your Honor, this is position number 1, Ms. Brianna Abner.
All right. All right, good afternoon, Ms. Abner. Your case is 24 CR 003075A. In this case, you're charged with theft by taking. You understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Howard. You're muted.
2022, unauthorized discharge of a firearm, simple battery that's open in state court. Has a current ag assault, possession of a firearm during the commission. I'm not sure what that bond was. Blunt, you know? I'll go find out. I'll be back.
Okay. Ms. Desiano?
Your Honor, this incident took place on May 6th, 2024. Officers responded to 2200 Butner Road in Atlanta regarding a theft. Upon arrival, officers made contact with the victim, Ms. Shamika Harrison. Ms. Harrison advised that the defendant is her neighbor and she came on her property and stole her Ring camera. The officer observed the Ring camera footage showing the defendant approach the camera, take it off the door frame, and place it in her vehicle before it lost signal. Our office has been in touch with the victim. She said they're neighbors. She confirmed the offense in the warrant. She stated that on April 22nd, the defendant came to her residence and accused her of stealing her Wi-Fi and pulled a gun on her. She stated that the defendant never returned the Ring camera. She stated that she wants no contact and to stay away from the residence. The state is recommending a $1,000 surety bond, a no further contact with the victim, a stay away from the incident location, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound from Ms. Shamika Harrison.
All right, is Ms. Harrison present and wishes to make a statement? Please turn on your camera, unmute, and raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't really need you to rehash the facts today. The defendant is entitled to a bond as this is a misdemeanor offense. If you disagree with something Ms. Desiano said or you want to add, that's not what I'm interested in with today. What I'm most concerned are concerns you have for your safety and desires for contact with the defendant. In light of those instructions, what would you like to tell me?
She is my neighbor, like literally next door, and she did pull the gun. So I just want to be safe that me and my son aren't at risk of getting our lives taken. That's it. I ain't got no problem with her. I didn't have a problem with her before, and I really don't want to press charges because it's bigger than what me and her got. I mean, it's not really a problem. I just wanted her to get some help.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Harrison. I appreciate you making that statement. Mr. Cook?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 33 years old. She's not working, so she has no income and would continue to be qualified to use our services. She has 3 kids for whom she's at home, for whom she is responsible and really needs to get back home. we would not object to any kind of stay away or no alcohol, drugs, weapons. But a 1,000 surety would be like no bond at all for her at this point. And I wouldn't want her to have to wait until an SAP to get it modified. So we would be seeking a signature only bond at whatever level the court deems appropriate.
Okay, question, I'm sorry, Mr. Howard, you said that she went to felony?
They haven't done her yet.
Oh, so she's going to felony.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it may not have any bearing. That request, Mr. Cook, may be moot anyway. All right, defendant is going to receive a $500 surety bond. She's to have no contact with Ms. Harrison. I'm not going to order the stay away only because of the proximity of their homes. She's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. All right, best of luck to you, Ms. Abner. Who do we have next?
Next, Your Honor, we're on to position number 9, Mr. David Palmer.
All right, Mr. Palmer, good afternoon. Your case is 24 CR 003074F. You're charged with simple battery, family violence. You understand your rights? Is that a yes? Thank you. Mr. Howard?
20 total. On parole for possession of meth with intent, sale of marijuana. On probation in Fayette County for burglary. On probation in Clayton County. Well, no, 2021 Clayton County, possession of marijuana, possession of a firearm by convicted felon. He had a 07 CWAC conviction. That's all.
Okay. Mr. Graham?
Thank you, Your Honor. This incident took place May 11, 2024. Law enforcement responded to a dispute call at 2800 Camp Creek Parkway in Atlanta. Upon arrival, Luxisa, Luksisa Horn, advised that a verbal argument with her boyfriend, David Palmer, became physical when he grabbed her, slammed her on the ground. He also made threats that he was going to kill her. Our office has not been in touch with Ms. Horn at this time, Your Honor, and based on the history, the state is recommending a $1,500 surety bond, 1-day anger awareness, no further contact with the victim, stay away from 2800 Camp Creek Parkway, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And if we may sound for Luxisa Horn at this time, Your Honor.
All right, is Ms. Horn present? All right, Mr. Ty?
Yes, Your Honor, my client is 34 years old. He has lived in Georgia all his life. He did earn his GED. He is gainfully employed, working 2 jobs, one at Home Depot and one at TJ Maxx. He does deny the allegations as stated in the warrant. This allegedly happened May 11th. He does state that the complaining witness was the first aggressor. He's actually the one who called the police because she took his cell phone and wouldn't give it back to him. Your Honor, I'm asking, I know there's some history, but I would ask for a signature bond through pretrial services, even if it's level 2 or 3. Stay away from that incident location is fine. I haven't spoken with the complaining witness, but no further contact with her is fine. Nothing.
All right, defendant is going to receive a $1,000 surety bond. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim and stay away from that location. Additionally, he's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition of that surety bond. Is there anything additional?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Palmer. Who do we have next?
Next, we're going to go to position number 7, Mr. Darrell Mitchell.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, your case is 24 CR 003086Y. In this case, you're charged with criminal trespass. You understand your rights?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Howard.
28. On probation for ag assault. 23 SC 186910. 2022 FTA probation. 2013 ag assault conviction. He got a hold out of Monroe, Georgia, according to the GCIC. I'm not sure if it's on the booking yet.
Okay.
And Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Mitchell was a bond over case, so he's already had a first appearance. He should have just been reset for SAP.
He sure is.
You sure? Okay, he did have a first appearance and not just an automatic bond was set? Because
Uh,
sometimes they set the bond, but don't give them the appearance at the other court.
Yes, Your Honor, I think it was an automatic, I mean, it's a criminal trespass and it's $3,000.
All right, well, we're gonna hear it anyway, just out of an abundance of caution since he's here. Go ahead, Mr. Graham.
Your Honor, so this incident took place, I'm sorry. Thought I had it. May 9th, 2024. The Texaco station located 4430 Flat Shoals Road. That's where the officer reported. Mr. Mitchell was previously trespassed from the location back on October 24th of 2023. On this incident, he was asked to leave and wouldn't leave the location. The state is recommending, Your Honor, signature bond through pretrial services. Stay away from the Texaco at 4430 Flat Shoals Road, Union City. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Okay, Mr. Ty, in light of the information before me, I'm inclined to give your client a signature bond through the jail with the requirement that he stay away. Any objection?
No objection. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Oh, wait a minute. They said that wasn't his history?
Your Honor, he said that's not his history. He doesn't know who that is.
Mr. Howard, can we verify that's the history?
I know we have two Mitchells on the calendar, so I don't know.
You gave me Daryl Mitchell, Mr. Howard?
Hold on. You know what? I gave you Randy Mitchell. So where Daryl Mitchell come from then? Because he ain't on the pool sheet.
Well, he's number 7. Do we have his history?
No. So he must have been a bond over. No, I got David. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was two Mitchells.
Mr. Graham, you have his history by any chance?
Yes, Your Honor, I can pull it up right now.
Okay.
I'm showing 11 total cycles. Criminal trespass from January of this year in Union City. Criminal trespass August of 2023, also in Union City. May of 2023, criminal trespass in Union City. 2022 of willful obstruction, also a disorderly conduct conviction in 2022. Cruelty to children, second degree.
Okay, well, I'll still stand by that. It's a little different. We'll stand by the signature bond. Defendant is gonna receive a $4,000 SOB through the jail. Do not go back to that location. Have no alcohol, no drugs or weapons, and give you another chance, Miss Mitchell. Don't go back there.
Yes,
Best
ma'am.
of luck to you, sir. All right, who do we have next?
Next, we're gonna go to Randy Mitchell, Mr. Howard.
Well, he already heard the history.
Yeah, we heard
Y'all
that.
can skip me.
We will. We've heard that history. All right, and I wrote it down. So, Mr. Mitchell, your case is 24 CR 003080F. You're charged with simple battery. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we've heard the history. Ms. Desiano, please proceed.
Your Honor, this incident took place on August 3rd, 2023. Officers were dispatched to 2295 Marietta Road in reference to a dispute call. Upon arrival, they met with the victim, whose name is Mr. Arthur Fullwood. He stated that he's known the defendant 30 years. He's in a wheelchair, notably. There was a verbal dispute that escalated, and the defendant pushed him back to where he fell on his head in his wheelchair. Thankfully, there were no injuries. The state is recommending a $2,000 surety bond, a no further contact with the victim, a stay away from the incident location, anger awareness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol. And our office has not been able to get in touch with the victim. And if we could sound for him now, Arthur Fullwood.
All right, if Mr. Fullwood, President, wishes to make a statement. All right, Mr. Ty.
Yes, Your Honor, my client is 58 years old. He does reside at the incident location and has been there for years. He is disabled. He's had 3 back-to-back surgeries for issues with his hip replacement leaking, or I don't know, but he's disabled, Your Honor, and he can't get around. he does deny the allegations as stated in the warrant, but he states that him and the complaining witness have been getting along fine. This happened back in August of 2023, and they are friends. I wasn't able to get in touch with the complaining witness, but I would. I don't think the state asked for a stay away, but they live in the same apartment complex. But he's on the 3rd floor, and my client is on the 7th floor. So he can have no further contact, but I would ask no violent contact with the complaining witness, and of course, no stay away. Otherwise, he won't have a place to live. And I understand there is some history, Your Honor, but I mean, this happened August of 2023. They've been getting along fine. I haven't been able to confirm that with the complaining witness, but my client is disabled. I don't think he's a danger to the community. I would ask for a signature bond through the jail. He has a lot of health issues. Reporting a pretrial will be a burden for him. Nothing further.
All right. Did I stop for Mr. Fullwood? Mr. Fullwood, if you're here and would like to make a statement. Okay. Defendant is going to receive a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial at level 2. He is to take the 1-day anger awareness course, have no further violent contact with the alleged victim, and have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. Is there anything further?
Nothing further. Thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing further.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have
And
next?
that'll be per judge too.
All right, per me.
Give me 1 second, Your Honor. Ready? Go right now. Oh, yeah. And I'm trying to oh, you all right? Yeah, my knee, Lord, have mercy. Oh. Thank you. All right, Your Honor, this is going to be Mr. Townsend, Anthony Townsend, position number 14.
All right, Mr. Chavez, your case, Townsend, your case is 24 CR 003084D. You're charged with trespass. You understand, right? All right, Mr. Howard.
21. Got an open case out of East Point for battery. Open case in Fulton, ag assault, possession of a firearm, ag battery. It's 22 CP 207020. On probation in state court for simple battery as of March. He was arrested this year for shoplifting, pled NOLO. 2022 FTA, 2020 criminal damage to property.
Okay. Mr. Graham, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. This incident took place on May 14, 2024. Law enforcement responded to a trespass call at 890 Cleveland Avenue in East Point. It's a Chevron gas station. The owner, Muhammad Islam, advised that Anthony Townsend was inside the gas station, causing a disturbance. He was trespassed from that location back on December 25th, 2023. And Your Honor, based on the history and the open cases, the state's recommending a $1,000 surety bond, a stay away from that Chevron location, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while auto bond.
All right. Ms. Kim, in light of the information before me, if your client agrees and understands he cannot go back to that location, I'm inclined to give him an SOB through the jail. Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Townsend, do not go back to that location under any circumstances. They do not want you there. Defendant is going to receive an $8,000 signature bond through the jail with the requirement he stay away from that gas station on Cleveland Avenue, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Do not go back there, sir. Best of luck to you. Who do we have next?
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Kim, did you speak to Mr. Smith already? Were you able to call the jail?
Oh, yeah, he is actually in downtown for another case, and we do not know how and when he's going to be returning back to Fulton County Jail.
Okay. All right, who do we have next?
Next, Your Honor, I'm going to go to position number 15, Mr. Edward Wade.
All right, Mr. Wade, your case is 24 CR 003085B. You're charged with simple battery against someone who's either pregnant or who is 65 years or older. Do you understand your rights today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can I have the history, Mr. Howard?
Second arrest. Last arrest was back in 98. Battery, simple battery, dismissed.
All right, Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. And just for the record, we changed the charge from the simple battery on a person 65 or older to just a plain battery charge. The incident took place on April 7, 2024. Law enforcement responded to a dispute call at 3025 Windward Plaza in Alpharetta. Dale Parker, who's the victim in this case, was meeting his ex-wife, Gail Wade, to exchange custody of their grandson. Edward Wade accompanied his wife, Gail. Mr. Parker advised that Mr. Wade exited his vehicle, walked toward him saying, "I'm tired of the mind games," and then shoved him to the ground unprovoked. Caused him to have a small laceration to his hand. He also had bruising on his lower back, hip, and buttocks area. Our office has not been in touch with Mr. Parker, Your Honor. We're recommending a signature bond through pretrial services, no further contact with Dale Parker, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And if we may sound for Mr.
I have seen someone with the last name Parker. If you'd like to make a statement, please turn on your camera, raise your right hand. You're not required to make a statement, but if you wish to do so, please do so quickly. All right, please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Again, I'm not, defendant is entitled to a bond today as this is a misdemeanor. And if you disagree with the facts, that's not what I'm most concerned with. What I'm most concerned with are any concerns you have for your safety and your desires for contact with Mr. Wade. What would you like to tell me, Mr. Parker?
Well, basically, it was not a custody exchange, first of all, but it was merely they were picking up my grandson, but he's almost 18. I have no custody, and I don't know this guy. I've met him one time, approximately almost 3 years ago. Out of nowhere, I was attacked, and could be again. I don't know. And honestly, I'm still in a lot of pain with my lower back. I'm probably looking at a possible surgery on this that we're trying to get around it right now. And also, I can show you the detective has the pictures of how bruised I was from my top of my backside to all the way to my knees.
All right, so I'm assuming you don't wish to have any contact with Mr. Wade.
I don't.
All right, I appreciate you coming to court making that statement. Ms. Kim, in light of the information before me, I'm inclined to give your client a signature bond through pretrial, require that he take that anger awareness course, have no contact whatsoever with Mr. Parker, and have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Do you have any objection?
Yes, Your Honor, my client was not a first aggressor, actually. He was the one who spit at my client, was approaching with it. It was more like a assault. And my client was actually self-defending himself. So we would like to object to a signature on bond pretrial. We want signature on bond through jail, Your Honor. No objection to no contact at all. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna send it through pretrial because I think that course is appropriate. Defendant is gonna receive a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial at level 1. He is gonna take the anger awareness course, have no contact whatsoever with Mr. Parker via phone, text, in person, none of that. Have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. All right, Mr. Wade, best of luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right, who we have next?
Next, Your Honor, we're gonna go to Mr. Derek Shepard.
Is that on the add-on?
No, he's actually positioned
On the regular calendar. All right, Mr. Shepard, your case 24 CR 003083J. You're charged with battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Howard?
30 total. 2023 FTA. 2022 battery DV. Appears to be open in Cobb. 2021 got open battery out of state court. 2014 probation and 08 battery conviction.
Okay. Mr. Brown?
Thank you, Your Honor. This incident took place on January 19th, 2024. Law enforcement responded to an assault call at 555 McDaniel Street, Southwest in Atlanta. Lauren Terry advised that a heated verbal dispute with Derek Shepard became physical when he punched her several times in the face. The argument began as they were leaving a bar, and the assault took place in the car on the ride home. Office has not been in touch with Ms. Terry, Your Honor. The state's requesting a $1,500 surety bond, one-day anger awareness course, No further contact with Lauren Terry. Stay away from 555 McDaniel Street Southwest. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And if we may sound for Lauren Terry at this time, Your Honor.
All right, is Ms. Terry present and wishes to make a statement? Okay, hearing none, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. My client, Mr. Shepherd, is 49 years old, and Your Honor, that place is actually his mother's place, and she does not reside there, and they do not live together. Miss Laura Tarrant, the complaining witness, they actually had contact even after that incident, and they have had a good relationship. But my client has no objection to have no further contact if Your Honor is not inclined to give him a no further violent contact. This happened more than 3 months ago. My client denies the allegation. He had no clue about any warrant out there. It was not even addressed there. It didn't even happen. That's what he believes. He is a caregiver for his mother. He is the person who resides with his mother at 555 McDaniel, and they do not have a children together, so no further contact is okay as well. Thank you.
All right, defendant's gonna receive $1,000 surety bond. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim. He's to stay away from that location if the victim resides there. He can return with law enforcement to make that determination. If she resides there, he's to stay away and collect his items. If she does not, he can return. He's to have no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons as a condition. And as a reminder, he'll be reset to all purpose on the 30th. Best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Your Honor, Mr. Smith, position number 13 is actually downtown court.
Okay. So is that, are they logging in or no?
No, he's downtown in court.
Oh, downtown. Okay, so
Yeah.
then that case will have to be reset.
Yes.
Okay, are there other announcements at courtroom two?
Also, Mr. James, Tyrone James, position number 4 is a waiver.
Okay. And position 11?
I believe Ms. Holder is going to explain why position 11 is on this calendar.
Yes, Your Honor, position 11 has been reset since Monday. She's 17 and needs a cosigner, and we don't have a cosigner for her, but our social worker and DFAX is involved trying to find somebody to sign for her or a foster family.
Okay. Mr. Walker, you logged up, you turned on, you wanted to say something? Okay.
Oh, I was just logging on, but is this the case that was reset from Tuesday?
Oh, maybe it was Tuesday.
Okay. Find somewhere for her to go.
No, and Wellspring says they won't have a spot for her until June.
No family was located?
No,
Family was located. I came in on the tail end. Her mother is the victim. She's not welcome back. I'm not sure what PDI said. The state is not against her being released somewhere, but as you know, defendant is 17, so I'm not sure who was presiding on Tuesday, but of course the concern was releasing a 17-year-old onto the streets.
Right. So still no cosigner, so
No.
I'm trying to think of what other options. Okay, I'm gonna keep thinking about that for a moment. All right, is the waiver the last case amendment? What about the 2 add-ons?
Well, we're supposed to have 3 add-ons, Judge. Happy Friday.
Okay.
Who is the third person?
I thought 2.
There's 3. They put out the add-on calendar early. I'm not sure why. So that's why you didn't see it. But the third person's name is Nicole Griffin.
Do we have any of those add-ons at courtroom 2?
I already
No,
have.
and I just received an email saying that the add-on needs a conflict. So
Which one?
Nicole Griffin.
Oh, we didn't get her.
Well, I sent the email, so they sent out the add-on prematurely. So there's a third add-on.
Well, I do have Cobb and Diallo here.
Okay, I'm ready to proceed on those, but there will be 3. And we do need a conflict, so I don't know
That's gonna happen.
who the litigation manager is, but
it's Friday
please remember
afternoon.
last
Nobody's
Friday.
Nobody's coming. It's Friday afternoon. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna have conflict today. All right, let's do Marcus.
Your Honor, Mr. or Mrs. Griffin is actually in Alpharetta. They're not even here at Fulton County.
Oh, well, there's that.
Well, I mean, they still have to log on. I'm not.
I mean, they should, but I mean, a lot of things
We'll
that
have to make phone. I just don't
Yeah.
want to be said there's a Riverside issue on Monday. So let me be very clear as being here for the state. The state has accused the case. We're prepared to go forward, and I'm willing to wait. So if we have to make phone calls, I will. I know we were here last Friday, and I have the same position I had then. So I'm not trying to be difficult, but if we don't hear
Can we call over at courtroom to Mr. Walker?
I just know PD Ty and Miss
Let's
Kim,
all
great
up.
attorney.
Let's see, can we call Alpharetta? And in the meantime, let's take Mr. Cobb, please. Is it Mr. Cobb? Yeah.
Yes, we could do Mr. Cobb, position number 1 on the.
Okay, Mr. Cobb, your case is 24 CR 00.
Calendar, Your Honor, I apologize for disrupting, or however, PD Julie Holly, she is on the way to join the Zoom hearing. She's the one who will be presenting the case. I mean, defending.
Does she also represent Diallo?
She's doing the entire annual calendar.
Okay.
There's a second shift on Friday now, Judge.
Yeah. And I have Monday as well. So here we go. Let's do the waiver. I'm not going to sound the charge. I'm going to ask the state not to sound the charge on position 24. I mean,
Can we
position 4.
stop the YouTube live stream, Your
Yes,
Honor?